Hey guys, Heatfireash here. Today I just wanted to make a video talking about the prophecy system and basically why I don't think the way it's currently set up is very good for the game. Um, I've played the game for a couple months now, and I guess I'm kind of over that like new game phase where it's something new, it's really fun, and just you don't really look at everything in the game objectively too much, and you kind of just say, man, this game is so great, everything is perfect. um After playing it for a while, you start to see some of the flaws, and uh no game is perfect. Every game has things that they could do better and improve on, and overall this is a great game, but I do think that the way the prophecy mechanic is currently set up is just not the best that it could be. So I'm just going to go over a few points that I have about the prophecy mechanic, and hopefully just start some discussion about this. In no way do I think my opinion is the only one out there, and I'm sure everybody has their own opinion on this. So I just kind of want to give my thoughts on it, and hopefully we can have a good discussion about um, how to improve the game and just where it's going in general. So I guess my first point about prophecy is that it doesn't really promote skill in the game at all. It is RNG, and it's not necessarily the worst kind of RNG, um, but it's not good either. Most people will try to kind of shove that off by saying, "Oh, it's just like drawing a card. Each turn you draw a card, it's random. You don't have any control over that. That's RNG." Yes, but it's not really like that to me. The thing is, when you get a prophecy, you get to play a card for free, and that is a huge tempo swing. And I know that right now the game is it's sort of balanced around getting prophecies, but it is still a just random tempo swing that can happen at any time that's going to give that player a huge advantage. And my main thing about that is that um, you can't really play around prophecies for one. There's almost never a reason not to play them. Like, I would say probably 9 times out of 10 when you hit a prophecy, you're going to play it immediately. Very, very rarely will you hold it in your hand. And that just promotes to me that's promoting just kind of like going through the motions, just kind of brain dead play. Like, you don't have to think about, oh, I got a prophecy, play it. And that's really not promoting skill in the game at all. And then also, like, as far as, I guess in a way you can kind of play around them, as you don't attack your opponent if you're playing control. You don't attack them until like you have game damage, at least over 2 turns, or if you're playing aggro, you just attack your opponent and wait to use your mana until after you attack. So if they do get a prophecy, maybe you can deal with it. And those are all great, and that's how you should be playing. That's probably the best way we have of dealing with it. You can't truly play around the cards. Like, for instance, if you look at secrets in Hearthstone, they're kind of similar in a way, as they're cards that are used on your opponent's turn, but those cards all have specific ways that they activate. So if your opponent is playing a certain deck and they have a secret, there's a limited pool that they have, and different ways that you can kind of test for them in order um, to see which ones they have, and you can play around it that way. And that's more playing around it than you can a prophecy. You can't really, like I said, your prophecy, the only way you can play around is by not attacking your opponent. But the thing is, you have to attack to win. So to me, that's not really the same thing. For instance, if you're playing against a mage in Hearthstone and they have a secret, it could be counterspell. So maybe you throw up the coin first, just to see if that hits the counterspell. That way you don't get rid of your more powerful spell. Um, that's a simple way of just describing playing around something. Um, you can't really, like, the closest thing you can do in this game to that is you just attack first, and if they get one, hopefully you have enough mana and the right card to deal with what they got for free. By the way, for free. And that's kind of my main point about Prophecies, and what really the huge reason why I think they don't promote skill, and why I think it's, I don't want to say unfair, but just it does not add a skillful element because they are free. When they are free, you just instantly play them. You really don't think about it. Secrets in Hearthstone, you play, 2, 3, 1 mana up front, and then you get the effect. So I think a way to balance this, which would make it a lot better, would be adding a mana cost to Prophecies. And this is kind of an idea I got from a different kind of card game called Force of Will. They have cards that are they're called chance spellby or chance standby cards, and these cards are normally, they have a normal mana cost, and you can normally only use them on your turn, just like a regular spell card in Legends. The difference is you can pay 2 mana and play them face down, and you can activate them then on your opponent's turn without paying any extra mana. You already paid the 2 mana to put them face down. And the difference there is that you're paying mana up front, and that no matter what the cost on the card was, you just have to pay 2. So you are getting a discounted card. And you are getting the benefit of having it activate on your opponent's turn. So, cheaper costs, and it gets to activate on your opponent's turn. So those are 2 benefits already, kind of a similar thing that we have to Prophecies. The difference is that Prophecies are free. They are free, and that you have to draw them. So my proposal, which I think, now, of course, not every card would be balanced right out of the gate with this, but I think that if you just, anytime a Prophecy is hit, you can play that Prophecy for 2 mana off of your next turn. I think by doing this, it not only keeps the mechanic in a similar fashion where you still got to be careful of attacking your opponent, they could still hit a Prophecy. It weakens them sort of in a way that you're not getting a javelin for free or something like that. But in my mind, it adds a lot more skill, because now you have to say, okay, I hit a javelin. I can play that right now for 2 mana and kill my opponent's creature. But now my next turn, I'm going to have 4 mana to use instead of 6. What if I wanted to play a 6 mana card? Can't do that now. So now you have to weigh the cost. Is it better to use this javelin now at a discounted cost, or should I hold it so I can play, whatever minion or other spell maybe you had in your hand? So that adds just a whole nother layer of decision making. And when it comes to card games, decision making is what makes them skillful. It's what layer of decisions, the more complex, is what really is what determines the good players from, the middle range players to the bad players. And the more decisions like that, the more skillful the game is. So that's just kind of my thoughts on the Prophecy system. The game is sort of balanced around it now, but I definitely think it could be better. I just think that right now it's kind of just brainless playing of cards for free that give insane tempo swings at no cost, and it's random. For those reasons, I don't think it's very good in its current state, and I definitely think slapping a small mana cost like 2 on it would really elevate the play and really have to make you think and actually have decisions for playing them, and I just think that would really help the game out. So I definitely want to know what you guys think. Leave a comment, let me know. Maybe you think I have no idea what I'm talking about, and maybe I don't. I don't know. Let me know. Do you have a different idea for Prophecies that could be used, a better way to balance them? Or maybe you think Prophecies are fine how they are. They're exactly fine. Either way, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.